for another episode of Leadership of the Leaf, now in their third season. More leadership topics to discuss and more cigar knowledge to share with great pairings. Grab a cigar, give it a cut and light, and put some smoke in the air with your host, Dice and Austin.
Welcome to another episode of Leadership of the Leaf. My name's Austin.
What's up, Austin? This is Dice. No, my name's Dice.
What's up, Dice? What up? What's up, Dice? All right, Dice. We have, I would say, two phenomenal interviews for you guys for our cigar segment this episode. But before we jump into all that stuff, I gotta know, what are we smoking right here?
Well, sir, this is a testament of one of the best. Yes, testament. I'm saying it. Of one of the best boutique cigars in the making.
In the making. So they're not the best. The best.
They're not the best. I can't say they're the best. I haven't had every single boutique cigar in the world, so I can't say they are the best. But they are one of the best in the making.
All right. But what is it, though?
It is OM. Yeah, OM Cigar Company, and we're smoking the Essential Blend number 5.
Number 5.
Yes.
Okay, OM Cigar Company, number 5. I gotta tell you, the cold draw of this thing tasted interesting to me, because we were talking about it a little bit before the show, but when I cut this and I cold draw it, I got like earthy, figgy kind of sweetness with a little bit of spice in there. It was very interesting. So as we go into the cigar, I'm looking forward to those flavor notes coming out.
Well, I'm pretty sure you read in the notes where it's wrapped in a premium like San Andreas leaf, bound with some of the finest tobaccos of Cubana, and filled with a blend of the Oler Dominicano and Criollo 98.
Criollo 98.
What? Okay. I never say that right. So the Oler, we mentioned before.
Yes.
So I can't remember that Oler tobacco we talked about before, and that is put in there just to try to balance out some of the other flavor profiles, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It has a bitterness to it, right?
Well, yeah, a little bit. We'll see how it goes through. I'm sure it's a well balanced cigar. If it's one of the best boutique cigars in the making, this better be a damn good smoke. That's all I'm gonna say.
I did have this interview set up before. I think it was around season 2.
Yeah.
I believe I talked to you about it. We was not able to make that connection. So at PCA, I reached out and he said his sister was there. His sister name is Didi, and the he that I'm talking about is Osvaldo Morales, OM, of course, or better known as Oz. So I hooked up with his sister so we can do this interview, and she gave me a cigar, one for me, one for you. And what better time than to smoke it than when we actually air their interview?
Yeah, and but before we go too much into that, what kind of Hennessy are you drinking with this cigar? Man, you're good, because I 100% just rolled right over there, right? You rolling right over it like a steamroller, motherfucker. Like, yeah, back it up. It'll be like Quentin Tarantino in this. Back it up.
My father-in-law lives in England, and there's a dance group that's from France. They're called Les Twins, and they had a special release Hennessy.
Okay.
So I opened one of those bottles, and it's VS Hennessy, but it's a special edition bottle with Les Twins. There's a picture of it that, of course, is on the Instagram for those to see. Shout out to my father-in-law, Vince. And it's going to be delicious.
I'm sure it will be, as with all of your Hennessy. You will enjoy it quite thoroughly.
Yeah. I was noticing the color. The color's a little, maybe because I had to take a boat ride or something. I know
that's dark.
Yeah, it's a little darker than I'm used to, but
well, we'll see. Okay. All right. Obviously, I'm smoking the same thing as you. We're smoking the same thing as the OM cigar. I decided to pair mine with Glenfiddich 12-year because it's a nice balanced whiskey that I'm used to. I know the flavor profile of that whiskey. I drink it quite often. So I wanted to pair it with a new cigar to see if I can pick up different flavor notes based off of what I'm used to, and then smoke something I'm not as familiar with. Not familiar with this at all because I've never smoked this before. So
that makes two of us. Yay!
All right. So before we get into the interview with OM Cigars, we have another interview, and I am just dying to hear you pronounce these names because I've seen them written out, and I would love to see that picture on Instagram so our listeners can look at the names and try to pronounce them before they listen to the show. But they don't sound like the way they're spelled.
Okay. Well, as you know off air, I've been practicing. So
practicing. Yep.
I'm gonna just say I'm gonna start with first Mike S. Forgive me if I pronounce anything wrong. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Mike Shepankevich. Mike Shepankevich.
Shepankevich.
Okay. I did an interview with him. It was a great interview for Powstanie Cigars. Powstanie Cigars. And
South came out a little bit.
Yeah, well, it happens. I will say for this interview, it was great. I was able to set up a time. We was able to meet for the time. And there was a group there that was trying to, nose their way in. And, all due respect to him, he said they can wait. I was like, but that could be a potential sale. He was like, hey, they can wait. You actually set up an appointment. You actually have an interview time frame, everything. You did everything right. They can wait. We're going to do an interview and they'll be here. I was like, man,
mad respect.
Yeah, much love, much respect. I do have a cigar from him. I haven't smoked it yet. I was keeping it for, I don't know, a special occasion or something. Hopefully I find another one. I can share it with you. But it was a great interview. It wasn't very long, but it was a great interview to share with our listeners.
Okay.
It introduced us to his cigar brand.
Yeah, I'm dying to see what he has to say about it. But without further ado, let's jump into your interview with Powstanie Cigars with Mike Shepankevich.
That's what I said, Mike S.
Real brief. Okay. So we're up and coming. This is year number 3 for us. Leadership of the Leaf. What we do is we get together. A friend of mine. He's in the outskirts of St. Louis on the Illinois side. So he wasn't able to make it to this trip, but that's fine. I still represent Austin. Podcast. We talk about cigars at the beginning. What we're smoking. We describe it. Fillers. But our spin on it is near the end of the podcast. The first 30 minutes or so about cigars, and then the last 30 minutes is about leadership. That's where we try to gear towards don't become a micromanager or how to move forward. The communication is such a strong aspect of leadership as a whole. Yeah. We felt that that's kind of lacking, especially in the generations that are coming up. Some people don't like to hear the hard answers, Sure. And when we first introduced and first met, he was like, you can ask me anything. Because I love that. I love that aspect all so much. So our tagline is great leaders, smoke great cigars. And when I saw your posting, I was ready to do it. So that's why I came.
Awesome.
And I'll apologize, Mike S.
That's fine. It's
Okay.
Shepankevich, dude.
All right, Mike S. You want to tell us about your cigars, if you don't mind?
Yeah, so I have 3 different lines. I have I started with the Habano line about 10 years ago, and then we made the broadleaf, and now we made the Connecticut line last year. They're all called Powstanie, and the Connecticut blend was created for the birth of my son when he was born. So it's been I made 100 cigars in the Corona Gorda size 10 years ago. And we finally released the blend in the Toro, Robusto, Perfecto, Bellicoso line last year's PCA. And this year, they're all fire. And this year, we released the Corona Gorda, and it has his name right, it says Justice. So,
that's badass.
So we're all wearing Justice shirts here and supporting it.
My co-host, he picks the cigar of the year, every year, or whatever, and then he smokes it the next year on his son's birthday.
Right.
So for you to pull your family, your son, is such a powerful statement to move forward.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of putting a legacy, a name on it.
Yeah, man, I believe that everything has to have meaning. You know what I mean? So like if you just make a cigar, like this industry's filled with a lot of bullshit, right? So like if you have authenticity and you put passion and belief in what you do, then you will continue to propel forward. You know, it might not be as fast as some of these other guys, but it will be tried and true, and the foundation will be unbreakable. So I believe in everything that I make has purpose or meaning or something that is referenced.
I don't want to get into
I really like that. As far as your cigars, are you backed by anyone, or is this something that you went over to like DR or wherever and start rolling? Or?
No, so I work in Esteli, Nicaragua with the Nica Sueño factory, the Romacraft guys.
Okay.
You know, they have access and they procure a lot of great tobacco, and they have really taught me different things about blending and understanding cigars and how certain particular leaves offset and make different flavor profiles. So because they've educated me on some of those things, I've been able to create blends that I don't think are matched or compared to anything else in this industry. Like if you smoke some of these cigars, like there's nothing that tastes like that. And I think that's what's important to do in this industry. You have to try and reinvent.
Would you say that, because every cigar, every company tries to mimic their secret sauce, right?
Yeah.
So would you say that's your secret sauce? Like you're not trying to go the mainstream with everybody. It kind of Steve Saka-ish, because Steve Saka is like, I blend for me. I don't care what you smoke.
Yeah, you know, that's a great approach. I think that Saka's probably one of the greatest marketers in this industry. You know, so as far as promoting and building a brand, I think that he's a guy that you looked at to emulate for sure. But what I really kind of look at is I look at some of the blends and the guys that I've seen create things, and I say, how did he do that? What made it the way it is? And then how do I make it my own, right? So like, okay, I mean, I think that, you know, if you actually go through time and you look through some of the greatest artists, whatever it is, whether it's music, art, you know, you'll see that they have actually collected all the data and information from other people in that realm and then created their own thing, and it's never been heard of before. Well, it has, it's just never been heard of in their image, right?
Okay.
So I've learned that that's how you become successful. You don't become successful by just throwing something out there. You learn from your peers and then you create your own, right? So I think a lot of times in this industry, it's more mass produced, it's lower quality, higher quantity, but it's got a name on it, and you know, we already have a pipeline to move a ton of it, and we're just gonna flip it and then we're gonna move on, right? So like, how do you become that guy where you create a sustainable core line of products, create new things to keep people talking about the brand, and continue to propel forward? That's the hard part.
Definitely, because I don't know all the brands that are out there, but I do know some brands. I don't know. But they just like, here's a cigar, put your label on it, and sell it. Yeah.
And at that point, like, what are you really doing? So, and what are they doing? They're usually,
there's no passion behind that.
No, not only that, but they're probably looking at yields that they have high quantities of that they need to get rid of. Like, we can put this together. It's like tilapia, right? Like, tilapia is just a basic, boring-ass fish, right?
It's a shit fish, I call it.
Right. But if you add specific things to it, it could taste okay, right? So I call that like the tilapia effect. Right?
I like that. I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah, man, bam, here you go, right? Like, okay, ooh, this is good. And then normally what happens? Like, my kids, my boys are the most handsome, right? My daughter is the most beautiful, right? My cigar is amazing. Even though I didn't have anything to do with that blend,
right?
Like, it's still my child.
Yeah.
So I love it, right? And that's what happens. So, you know, and then they're like, well, I don't understand why it's not working. Like, well, because it's a higher price than the cigars that are out there that are made by those manufacturers that are better, and those are available at a lower price. So yeah, no, you're not going to sell. You're not going to do well. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
How long have you been in the cigar game?
Too fucking long.
I hear that a lot.
15 years.
15 years,
yeah.
Okay.
I've been in 15 years as a retailer, 10 years as a wholesaler.
What gave you the aha moment to be like, you know what? I need my own.
Everything that has happened to me has happened out of purpose. So I had a retailer that suppressed me as far as getting product. So I wanted to make something that he couldn't touch. So that's what I did. I built it, and then other retailers started wanting it. So then I started selling it to them, and then I had other retailers create blends, and now I facilitate distribution for them as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, it's awesome. It's like this is one of the hardest games in the world, as far as I'm concerned.
I heard, because having a podcast and moving forward, it's like one of the things you tease about is like, all right, I'm gonna come out with a cigar, and a lot of like people when I talk like you, they're like, yeah, that's cool, but don't.
Yeah. I mean, you want my personal advice?
Yeah, please.
If I'm you and you really want to make a cigar and you're not looking to propel it into this acceleration of sales, like I would start all the way on the bottom. I would go to guys that are good factories and start learning how to roll and make a cigar, right? And taste it and smoke it and enjoy it, and then like go from there, right? Like, all right, well then go get a mold set, go get a Chaveta and find access to small amounts of tobacco and start making cool cigars. Because then people are like, oh shit, I want to try that. Like your listeners will say, hey man, what's that? I want to like this came from you, right?
Yeah, no, I like that idea. You're the first one that said something like that. The majority of people are just like, yeah, don't.
No, well, because you know what, a lot of them, like I get it. You know, Eric Espinosa is a big proponent of don't do it, right? But there's ways. And if you're passionate about it, then fuck them. Right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
For your cigars, what would you say is your flavor profile that you're looking to go for? Are you going for that medium body family, or are you, like I was talking to one of the companies that was like, we're reaching for the Davidoff clientele, and I'm like, I'm not paying $100 for a cigar.
Yeah, so that's just the price is what they're going for.
Yeah, I'm
just going for flavor. Like, I don't care where the strength profile is, because I now kind of cover all bases between my Connecticut, my Habano, and my broadleaf.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter the level of strength, it just has to taste good. And it has to taste different.
Different, yes. I do appreciate you saying that. Yeah. When you finish your cigar, how would you say the finish is? Because there's some cigars you smoke, and like 2 or 3 days later, it's like, yeah, I had a cigar a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I smoke 4, 5, 6 a day.
So you kind of have that long finish already.
Yeah, I don't know what it tastes like to not have the cigar. You know what I mean? So I couldn't tell you. If I didn't have a cigar in a day, I must have had a flu or some shit. I don't know. And I couldn't have made it to the patio. So.
That's awesome. As far as your brand, you said you named after your son. I love that. Are you going to do? You have a daughter? You're going to do one?
I do have a daughter. She's 4 years old. I don't have a plan to do it yet. When the time comes and things are right, maybe I will.
Okay, because I see a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot, I do see some of the other cigar companies that start to come out with like a female name, like cigar, and it's kind of trying to get in the female market a little bit more. The female market has picked up, so I mean, from 1990s to 2000 to 225, 224, where we're at now. I have seen more females in the lounges than I did before, in like the mid-90s. So
I don't really build anything to tap into a market. Like I build stuff because I think that this is awesome and I love how it tastes or whatever the case would be. I don't look and say, well, will this be good for a specific demographic? I just don't. Whether it's age or gender.
You just want a good tasting fucking cigar.
Something badass.
I'm not mad at that at all.
That's it.
All right, Mike. Mike S., I appreciate the time and everything with us. I know you're a busy guy. You're trying to get some sales going on. I wish all the best to you, and thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Welcome back from that interview with Mike Shepinkevich from Powstanie Cigars. Man, what a great interview.
Well, I love his passion about how he was talking for his son and just the whole industry put together for him. I like it.
Yeah, I feel like you really could feel that passion that he kind of has for that, for the industry, for the cigars, and the blends that he's making.
I don't know if people can tell from the. I'm pretty sure they can tell probably from the picture or whatever. But he's a pretty big boy. He hasn't missed a gym. He hasn't missed a gym. That's okay.
Yeah. I've seen videos of him like on other social media sites, and I think I've seen him on YouTube. And I saw him sitting next to another guy, and I was like, that dude is man, he loves to go to the gym to deal with his stress. I can tell you that right there.
So imagine how I felt sitting next to him. Kind of like, maybe I should. Nah, I'm kidding. But no, it was a great interview. I enjoyed it. I'm glad he was able to provide me the time and day just to speak on his craft. So shout out to Mike S.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you so much, Mike. Hope to have you on the show again. Maybe live this time. We can talk a little bit more, get a little bit more of your time if you can.
Yeah, I definitely will do that. I'll reach out to him.
Yeah, and hopefully we can find a cigar somewhere. Keep an eye out. If you guys know of anywhere, website or brick and mortar or something, let us know. At Leadership Belief. Hit us up on Instagram, at Leadership Belief. Look out for Powstanie Cigars. It's spelled Powstanie. Which was really funny because I had my wife try to pronounce his name before the show, which made me giggle because she said Powstanie, which made me laugh to the nth degree. It was great. So yeah, I can't wait to pick it up. Can't wait to try it. Can't wait to hopefully taste that that passion that he has. But all right, so that was Mike from Powstanie, and now you get into Didi with O M Cigars, which is what we're smoking right now. I don't know. Are you into your first third yet?
You know what? I think I can talk about it. I think Hold on. Let me puff.
Yeah.
Tasting it, it was a lot similar to what we was talking about before we started recording. The sweetness of the tobacco is like there. It's like I want to say earthy tones, spicy earthy tones with some fruity. Yeah, wait, like you said fig, right?
Yeah, fig or dates or something kind of sweetness. Yeah, no, I agree 100% with that. I get spice on the front, which is interesting, and I get a little bit of earth, and then sweetness is kind of on that back end. It's very interesting though.
Yeah, my burn line is actually pretty good. The smoke output isn't like crazy. Like I don't want to talk shit about anybody's cigars, but you know how some cigars that aren't like in every single humidor that you walk to in your life, like, oh, what the hell is this? I never heard of this brand, and you pick it up, and it becomes like a fucking smoke pipe, like an exhaust pipe from an 18-wheeler truck. Yeah, like what the fuck am I smoking?
Yeah,
but no, this one's not like that at all.
Yeah, no, I agree. I will say this band, I'm digging this band. It's a very simple, but the colors in this band pop. Yeah. Like that coppery with the blue. I love the motif. It looks so badass. If I was glancing through a humidor and I saw this, I probably wouldn't hesitate to pick this up just based off the band because it looks badass. It's a simple band, but it's very well done.
Oh man, this is gonna be good. Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
I'm excited. Without further ado, let's get into your interview with Didi from O M Cigar Company. OM Cigar Company. I made that mistake at the beginning of the interview. Yeah. No, I did it. OM Cigar Company, not ON. Yeah. Didi was nice enough to correct me, so I don't think I messed up on that. But yeah, let's get it started. All right, welcome everyone. My name is Dice. I'm here with Didi. I'm here with OM Cigars, talking to Didi, and I've been trying to set up like a little meeting with Oz for a while. Our time just hasn't crossed paths, so I was able to get with Didi here at PCA 2024. So I'm going to just ask a few questions to Didi and see if she can explain some things about OM Cigars. OM Cigars, if you guys don't know, is a boutique brand that's out there. It's based out of New Jersey.
Yes.
All right. So OM Cigars started off with you and your brother. You're a broker for your brother.
Yes,
right?
I broker for him. He's the owner.
So, what was the beginning like? How hard was it for him to get into the industry?
He actually had a happen chance. Let's just say he had taken a trip to DR and was looking around to smoke some cigars. Of course, DR makes great cigars. And somehow stumbled across someone that talked to him about possibly making a cigar. And he's, Cuban descent. You know how Cubans are popular with cigars.
Yeah.
And, he totally was like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe that's a possibility.
Okay.
So, it just kind of happened for him, and he made a right connect.
So that works out. So it's just been heaven ever since, right?
I mean, there's been bumps in the road,
Right.
like any other
profession. But I was often told that the cigar industry is something that's pretty hard to get into, a lot of money and time consuming.
Well, yes to both. Yes to both, but when you have the passion and the drive to create something, and when, like, Oz has the heart for this industry, it just, things fall into place,
You cannot outwork passion. I found that out. So if you're passionate about something, so kudos to you guys. You was able to provide me with a cigar. Do you know the wrappers, or what would be your favorite wrapper?
My favorite wrappers usually San Andreas and Connecticut broadleaf. That's kind of, I'm drawn to those types of cigars. I love the flavors that it provides. So, actually, it's funny, but breaking news, non-breaking news, I believe Oz is working on a cigar that may have a Connecticut broadleaf, which he does not currently have at this time.
Okay, well, that's perfect. Once you guys get that up and running, by all means, I gladly tag you guys, make sure we can get some more exposure to that. Is he excited for the Connecticut broadleaf? I mean,
I am. When he told me about it, I said, wow,
finally!
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is great. I can't wait.
So, I know you said you're a broker for him. So cigars, what does cigars mean to you? What does they mean to him? Like, for me, cigars, like, it's a me time. It's my time. I can sit back, stress-free, take it off the plate. How about you guys? What does cigar mean for you guys?
For Oz, being of Cuban descent, his mom would smoke cigars.
Oh, wow, nice.
And he, growing up, he learned so much about cigars because of his mom. So he has been smoking for many years, probably since he was a little kid. He's gonna laugh at me.
That's it. It was a different time. It was a different time. People don't hate me.
I mean, he learned because he would see his mom, and I believe when he was in his teens, kind of was like curious, and so said, "Oh, let me try this." He would pick up his mom's leftover cigar to try. But I mean, obviously it evolved, and he learned so much about cigars. He knows a lot. So it's just like me. We both have passion for cigars, and for me, I just stumbled across getting into cigars. I guess I could blame my brother-in-law per se. I was taking some trips to Dominican Republic, and he's like, "Hey, give me some cigars." I walk into these cigar shops, and I know nothing. I didn't know. I walk in and I call my sister, well, so what does he want? What kind of cigars? Because, I mean, they had so many different things, and I didn't know what Fuente would, none of these brands.
That's about to give away the Accutron watch valued at $3,500 at 4 p.m.
So, as I went to shop for cigars in the Dominican Republic, I would walk in, and the sales guys, very nice, obviously wanting to make sales, would give me cigarillos. And so I started smoking cigarillos, and then from there it evolved, because I would come back home, smoke with my brother-in-law, because I brought him his cigars. And then I started going to cigar shops with him. And I was at a shop one day, and he had mentioned there was a woman owner or manager of a cigar lounge, and it totally piqued my interest. And I said, a woman? Wow, women are in the industry. And that day went home, got on Instagram, and I just discovered so many women that smoke cigars. And so right there, it was like end game. I want to know more.
I got you. I do know. I've been smoking cigars for a while, like yourself, and like the '90s or whatever. And women in the industry was what, a girl, like, right? But now 2020 and above or whatever, there are more women in the industry than I've ever seen. Such as yourself, you were even a broker in the industry. So women in the industry is definitely on the uptick. Definitely on the. Actually, I think they're going to have a panel today at 4:00. It's full of women about the PCA panel. So
yes, I attended that last year. It's very nice, actually.
Okay, I'm going this year. So.
Oh, good.
So now we're going to talk about boutique, because a lot of people in the industry, the novice guys, don't understand what a boutique cigar is. Can you describe or explain what it means to be a boutique cigar?
A lot of hard work.
Here's another one. Oh, you're hey. More than there. We're going to leave us right here. Further out?
The little guy does a lot of hard work. Blood, sweat, and tears, I guess, is the best way to describe it, because they're not known. And I think they have more drive. They're driven more to, be known. But it's not easy when you have, the well-known brands out there. I think that's why I'm such a big supporter of boutiques myself, because they have great cigars at not an expensive price, and they're, I want them to succeed. Any kind of boutique brand owner deserves to succeed and get their name out there. And actually here at PCA, they have a boutique pavilion with boutique brands, and I'm so happy that they did that.
That's bad, right?
Yeah, it's a BCA, and thanks to them, people that could not afford to come to this show were able to, because they were offered special prices, because they're boutique. They don't make the same income these big companies do.
You're correct on that.
And this is great exposure for them.
That's great. That's almost perfect. I do know for myself, and maybe I can speak for Austin too, our boutique brands, we have smoked a few boutique brands whenever we can get our hands on it, and a lot of times you can tell the craftsman, the make of that cigar is normally better. There's normally less flaws when we're smoking a boutique brand, because I know it takes more care in it. They're not trying to mass produce thousands and thousands and thousands. Now, no disrespect, normally they're in the hundreds and just trying to get, not stay afloat, but just to keep the name out there for all those that love it. Because I know a lot of times, especially because I'm going to smoke your cigar, and I'm probably going to fall in love with it, and I'm going to be like, where can I find it? So where can I find your cigars? Is it online, or you're in any shops?
Oz has an online store, a beautiful website that he created, which has obviously the descriptions of every cigar that he has. I believe he has 8 cigars. I don't know if they're all on the website, but that would be one source. And he is in some stores. He's in stores, obviously, in the East Coast.
Okay.
I actually got him into a store in San Diego, since I work Los Angeles, San Diego area. So he's getting out there.
Okay.
But, again...
Have you guys, for as you being a broker in this area, have you tried looking into any of the Las Vegas places here?
I have not. That would be a project that we would need to discuss.
Okay.
And obviously, Oz would have to take a trip to come. So we can, I mean, unless he puts it all in my hands, which maybe he will. I would have to come out here and obviously spend some time to get into some stores. But I mean, it is an option open for discussion between him and I.
Okay, well that's perfect, because I mean, I'm a supporter of cigars, period. Mm-hmm. But I'm an underdog. I always root for the underdog kind of clientele, right? So I would love to see, even if there's just one place that have you guys in some kind of storefront or whatever. I mean, that way I know, hey, what you're smoking, Dice, is the OM. You can go here and get it, as opposed to going online. There's nothing wrong with ordering online, but a lot of my generation type people, I want to be able to buy it and put my hands on
brick
it.
And mortar.
Right now, I want to go there and buy it and see it and touch it and feel it. And if I have a problem with it, I can go back to that brick and mortar, right? Online is a different animal. But that's good that you guys are available. I like that, because there's some boutique brands that's not readily available. Even if you were to order online, it's not readily available. So
you're 100% right. You are right, because obviously that is another expense to have cigars online.
Correct.
So I know that small boutique owners cannot go that way. So. I mean, we're now in a new age where online is becoming more common, sadly. But I honestly understand that, because I love going to brick and mortars to smoke, and I support them too.
Austin, my co-host, his name is Austin. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it. He had work obligations, but he is 100% a band guy. Like, he looks at cigar bands. And he wants to, like, if it's just a plain Jane band, a lot of times he'll walk over it. I'm just saying, that's like, if Padron wasn't what Padron was, if he saw that band, he'd be like, yeah, it's just a brown band. I noticed your guys' band, it has colors, it has like almost a goldish orange to it or whatever. Is there like a history behind your guys' band, or is it just something that Oz designed that he liked?
It's something that he designed and he likes, but he does get a lot of positive feedback on the look of his cigar band. Like, it's just clean, it's classy, I don't know, and it's beautiful actually. I mean, I love the colors. I love blue. Blue is one of my favorite colors. So I mean, I'm not trying to be biased here, but
right. You can be biased as much as you want. This is your brother's band. This is all your guys' stuff. But
it is beautiful, that's for sure. His presentation is on point.
I absolutely adore it. I'm gonna send a picture of this to Austin. He's gonna be like, man, that's a cool ass band. I guarantee he'll say it. So much respect to you guys, because band plays you don't judge a book by its cover, but sometimes you got to have that cover that catches someone's attention. If not, they're going to keep walking by it. So your band actually is fairly great design.
I definitely agree with that.
It's not as flashy as some of these other ones, but you don't want to be too flashy, because now I'm like, are you trying to sell me on something that's not good?
Right.
So your band is almost, I don't want to say perfect, but it's right there.
It's classic.
Great. Yes. It's 100%. If you picture a cigar band in your head, that's what you're going to get. A nice classic cigar band that you know is going to be, hopefully, I haven't smoked it yet, but hopefully it's going to be quality product, right?
You are getting quality, trust me.
Okay. Now, I know you mentioned that you're of Cuban descent, but what are some of the things you guys do other than smoke cigars? I know coffee is a good thing. Do you guys play like dominoes or anything like that? Is that part of your...
O does, yes.
Okay.
Or Oz, I call him O, but...
Okay.
He does, yeah, he loves that. Yeah, of course we love our coffee, and of course family and food, the typical Latin traditions.
So when all you guys get together, do you bust out the cigars and just have a great time?
Yes, of course. Cigars are a main part of our gatherings.
Well, I know you mentioned your mother, and I want to bring up in your heart feelings. Is she still with us?
She is.
Okay, does she enjoy his cigars?
Right, yes, I mean, definitely. I mean, her son made cigars because of her. And speaking of that, his #1 cigar, he made that blend specially for her.
Oh, that's amazing. Is he thinking about naming one after her? That would be a legacy to carry on.
I don't know, but I guess we can bring that up to him. But that blend he made especially for her, and it's a dedication to her, so it's his #1.
That's good. Being that you guys are starting in the industry, is there anyone that's like was influential in the process of coming out, other than his mother?
I think you'd have to ask Oz that question.
That's fine.
But I definitely know his mom was big into it.
So we'll stick with the mom. Moms are very influential. My mother was very big in my influence of, I guess, somebody, you raised your son so well. So he makes a great cigar, so obviously she did a good job too.
Definitely.
Do you guys have a succession plan? Like once, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Mr. Oz. Of course, when he gets of a certain age in retirement and he doesn't want to deal with cigar industry anymore, is there a succession plan for it? Are we going to continue to see Oz after he's done with the industry?
I believe he's going to try. I mean, this is probably a question for him, but I believe he will try to keep being in the industry as long as he can.
Okay.
I would probably do the same. As long as we can still do it.
I mean, look at like Zeno and look at Fuente. They still in the game, and right. So there's nothing wrong with that. Have you been to TPE?
Yes, I have.
Okay. I don't want to get anybody in trouble here, but TPE and PCA, which one is better?
I wouldn't say that there's one better than the other. Obviously, coming to PCA, it's only cigars, and so you're dealing directly with the cigar industry. Like everyone here has a passion. Everyone here thinks on a similar path of, selling cigars, and not only just selling, but they care for one another.
I've noticed
friends
that.
Here,
yes, I've noticed
and
that.
And some of these friends become very close. So here at Premium Cigar Convention, it feels like family.
Yeah, I will agree with you on that.
And then you get to see, people, sometimes everyone's busy, and this is the time you get to see them. And so people look forward to coming.
Yes.
To PCA. TPE, I like it too. It's a great experience. I mean, there you see a lot of different things, not just, cigars, but every type of tobacco you can think of, whether it's
someone describe if you can smoke it, it's probably at TPE. If you can smoke it, it's at TPE.
I mean, it's a little different, but still, a lot of the big boys come in at TPE, and it's a good experience. I would not TPE at all. I like attending.
Well, I asked that just to kind of compare, but I agree with you. I don't say one is better than the other. Yeah. It's just two different audiences. Of course, PCA is more premium cigar oriented, and TPE is total product. So it definitely, like I said before, if you can smoke it, it's probably going to be at TPE.
Yeah.
It's not to take away from anything, but the cigar side of TPE has gotten a little smaller since I've been joining. But this is my first PCA, and I have to say it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
Oh, it really is a lot. I mean, the first times I've attended, I actually was working a booth for a vendor, and that's an experience. So my heart goes out to these people that are working booths. They have to get up early. Vegas is 24/7.
Yes.
It doesn't stop, and they have dinners and events after the dinners. You don't have time for anything. It's like going, and you have to make the most of your time here, because this is, the time for you to present your product, get out there, be known, and hopefully make sales.
Yes.
Which is a plus for all these hardworking people that attend the show. So it's a lot. It's a lot. Again, it doesn't stop until you get on your plane or in your car and drive away.
Yes. I'm gonna come to the end. Is there anything like you want to share about OM Cigars, like the website, the Instagram, what you do? This is the time to go ahead and make sales to whoever's listening.
Well, again, like I said, OM has a website. You can get his product from there, and you can also email him through his website. If you wish to buy from brick and mortars, he can guide you to where his cigars are available at brick and mortar stores in your area. And if they're not available in your area, if you like a certain brick and mortar, maybe we can get in contact with them and get OM in there, and they'll be available to you.
100%. Once I get all this posted and post pictures of your cigar with my cognac, because that's all I drink. I would gladly put the link in the bio for you guys, so we can, if they're interested after listening, they can always click on it. But this is a leadership podcast, so I'm gonna kind of put you on the spot a little bit. Is there like a leadership quote that you live by, like your mantra? Is there something that, some kind of leadership aspect you want to share?
Just passion, perseverance, and sometimes you get knocked down. You know, things are not always easy in the industry, but you have to pick yourself back up and be positive, because there's sometimes you think certain things aren't going to work out, and then the next day someone calls you and says, hey, bring me 2 more boxes. And you're like, okay, wow, I am doing something right. So keep going, you know, got to keep the positive attitude. And sometimes it's hard to remember that when you're in the middle of things, but you have to wake up, and sometimes those little calls or somebody texts you about your brand and you're like, okay, and it puts you back on the path that you should be on.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, Didi, I appreciate all the time. I'm glad we was able to reach out and we finally made contact, and thank you for your time. And I definitely send a big shout out to Oz. Thank you, O. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, so that was your interview with Didi from OM Cigars.
OM, yes.
And you told on me a little bit. I like how you waited until after the interview to mention that, I totally dig this band. I think that's awesome. I just love it. I think it's really cool. I think it's a cool, simple motif. You know, some bands get really cluttered. But no, I think this one. But I really enjoyed that interview that you had with Didi.
Yeah, one thing I did like Didi that mentioned, because that's his sister. So of course there's some like sister brother whatever rivalry. It was cool to listen to some of the inside stuff that she was sharing. But she pointed out that he should actually put some names to his cigars, because when they order it or whatever, it just has the number on it. So this number 5, which as you heard in the interview was like her favorite blend, she's like, why don't we just put a name or something to it instead of just order number 5, order number 4. So maybe Oz will listen to his sister and actually put some names on it, or maybe he just likes calling it number 5.
Well, yeah, okay. So you know, Steve Saka, I was listening to a different interview from a different cigar person, and back in the day, he was saying that number 2, 3, 4, 5, those corresponded with the different sizes of that cigar. So if you ordered like Sin Compromiso selection number 5, that was the Toro size. If you did number 4, that was like the Robusto size. Boom, 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 boom. So I don't know if maybe that's what he was going for. If he was just like, no, this is like my 5th blend. I do think naming the cigars would probably be beneficial for determining which one you have had and which one you have not had.
The other numbers are different colors, the band wise or whatever, but I mean, unless, like Didi explained it, unless you're in the know, you wouldn't know that the one that you're smoking now was a number 5 unless you're like already in the know. There's not a number 5 or anything on it to symbolize that you're smoking number 5, other than the color of the band. And
well, you know, even if they did like Magneto, right? They have the Magneto Inspirado white, Inspirado green, red, orange, right? West Tampa red, West Tampa white, West Tampa black. Okay, you know, like there's nothing wrong with calling it the color. Call it like a copper, whatever other colors. You know, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, something has to. You got to do something.
All right. So, no, 2 great interviews. They're from PCA. It's a little dated, but I mean, I thought it was worthwhile. I wanted to make sure that everything was right before I just send them out. Had the pleasure of listening to them both. Just great to talk to. Great people. Didi, we sat down like in the back somewhere. People was coming up saying what's up to her, and she actually introduced me to another guy I did an interview with. but my battery was like dying, so I had to actually do an interview on paper. So one episode we will actually go through that interview. It was Linga Cigars.
Okay.
And his story was very interesting too. So look forward to that coming sometime this season as well.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah, 2 great interviews. By far, blew me out of the water. Again, sad that I was unable to attend PCA this year because I really would have loved to have been at both of these. Probably would have gone over our allotted time because of how many questions I still have for both of these companies. So, maybe we get Didi or we can get Oz on there or somebody, or Rep or somebody to tell us a little bit more, because I would love to learn more about both of these companies. They seem like up-and-comers. They seem like they have passion for the industry. And, obviously we wish them much success, much respect, much love to each person and each company.
So, I'm just curious. I know... Are you in your second, third?
I probably will be after the break. I'm getting right there to the transition point, I think.
All right. Well, we'll definitely look forward to that in the second part of our show. Which, by the way, I don't think we announced what
we did not.
Leadership.
We did not. So let's talk about the leadership real quick before we get into the break.
Yeah. I like the leadership portion.
I do too. I'm so dang excited. You were excited to get into the.
I even skipped over what I was drinking. I was so excited.
Well, everyone knows the tendency, so I don't really know what's there.
Well, that's not always a true story this season, huh? Come on.
I mean, you did it twice, 3 times, and you're like, I gotta go back to Tennessee.
Well, I didn't want my fans to think I was abandoning, my identity here.
Okay.
All right. So our second leadership portion is going to be rewards and incentives in the workplace.
Ooh. All right. I want more money.
Yeah, we're not going to give you that.
Damn. All right. Let's take a break. We'll get into rewards and incentives.
Have you ever wanted to suggest a new leadership or cigar topic to your favorite podcast?
I would like to, but I don't think they would listen.
Well, that's not the case with Leadership of the Leaf.
Really?
Yeah, only thing is you need to do is comment on their Instagram at Leadership of the Leaf, all one word, and they'll listen.
I'm on the Instagram page right now. There's a link in the bio. I can even email them.
You can also send them a private message, and they'll respond to your query.
Queries? Did you just say queries? Does that mean question?
Yes, it does.
Well, good. I have a few queries about cigars and a few about leadership.
Well, that's great. I can't wait for the next episode.
Hola, mi gente. I'm Wanda Hernandez. I'm CEO of Sticks and Stones Productions, and we are here with Dyson Austin, and you are listening to Leadership of the Leaf.
Hey, welcome back after that break.
Yeah, break. It was a break.
Yeah, commercial break. Our commercial break. I like our commercial breaks. Mm-hmm. And our bumpers. I like them both. Before break, we was going to talk about our second, third. See, I remember.
Second, third. Before we jump into rewards and incentives in the workplace, which is our leadership topic, because this is Leadership of the Leaf. We talk about cigars and leadership because that's what we do here. It's in our name. It's like Petco. Pets are our business.
Wow. Hey, I'm just letting everyone know I'm looking for a new co-host. I'm looking for new.
You know, good luck, my friend. I told you before the break I want a pay raise. You said no. I ain't getting shit.
Oh my goodness.
Good luck, my friend.
Oh, I'm kidding. I would not trade Austin for anything in the world. For my second, third, and the dark fruit really hits home. I will almost, I don't know if it's a hint or not, I will almost say it's venturing forth to like a citrusy kind of flavor with that anise. The spice anise.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. You kind of had that like, oh, you was trying to figure out your flavor profile face. That's what that was. Got it. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. Man, the word that I keep coming back to is like dates or figs or something. That type of sweetness. There's a little bit citrusy, kind of. I can feel it. Then I get spice, and then there's almost like a. Have you ever had a Cafe Du Monde coffee?
Oh yes, sir.
Chicory coffee.
I'm not trying to brag, but I'm pretty sure you're in the same boat. I actually had it from the actual place.
Facts. Okay. You can order that online, by the way.
I see it in the grocery stores everywhere. I don't like it.
Anyway, that chicory spicy kind of coffee. I'm almost getting that on the back end.
All right, I can see that.
Anyway, dates, figs, a little bit of spicy, earthy, chicory kind of stuff. But I'm right there with you, and I'm drinking whiskey, which is almost, I don't say opposite, but completely different flavor profile than your Hennessy.
Yes.
So, all right. Let's jump into our leadership portion, Dice, of rewards and incentives, which you refuse to give me at any point in this time.
Well, I do believe you brought this up before. I think we just said it in passing as just a general statement, but now I'm going to kind of highlight it so people can actually hear it. There's a 4-to-1 ratio. The number of attaboys, you get like 4 attaboys, like good jobs, can all be erased by 1 screw up.
I would almost argue that it's 10-to-1.
10-to-1?
4-to-1, I agree. If it's the right 4-to-1.
Right.
But if it's just a generic attaboy, I almost think it's 10-to-1 because you fuck up one time, people remember that because we are geared towards the negative as a human evolutionary experience. That's what we're geared towards, right? Johnny ate those berries and Johnny died. Those are bad berries. We're going to remember that fucking bad berries. We don't give a shit that Johnny was great and he brought fire to our camp. We don't give a fuck about that. We care that Johnny was a dumbass and ate bad berries. We don't eat those berries.
Johnny's the life of the party. We love when Johnny comes. Remember that one time when Johnny shit his pants?
Yep.
Oh yeah, shit your pants, Johnny.
Forever. Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, that's exactly what they're talking about there.
So both employees and employers benefit when rewards and incentives are offered in the workplace. Managers can use these rewards and incentives to boost morale, motivate their staff, develop that sense of teamwork through friendly competition. Notice I said friendly. But in return for rewards and incentives, the company can experience an increase in productivity, sales, loyalty, and just general positivity within that office.
Yeah, I know some employees may use the terms as rewards and incentives like interchangeably. I can see that because they're both some kind of like
positive thing.
Yeah, give me kind of type thing, right? But there's some difference between the two, and there's some dangers of actually like being providing rewards and incentives. There's a slight danger to it. So it's a balance that needs to be done. But it's not an overabundance of balance of one-sided.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. But I think we should define the terms, right? So rewards, those are the items and experiences that employees usually earn for meeting goals, turning in great work, being a team player, or, any other recognition parameters that, a manager may or may not put into place. They could be monetary or non-monetary. Meaning a plaque can serve as a reward, right? Employee of the month plaque, a parking spot.
Yep.
Hey, you met our sales goal, so everybody gets a $100 bonus at the end of the quarter. Great. Those are rewards.
Yes. Where incentives are something you receive for completing a specific action. They frequently have a time period associated with them, as an employee must achieve an action or goal by the end of the third quarter of the year to be eligible for the incentive. Incentives are goal-oriented and are usually combined with an award. A reward, not award. Shut up, Austin. They're often given to employees when they have reached or exceeded a goal. Most incentives are recognition or cash-based, but can also come in other forms. Incentives can also be those items that come as a job perks, like a cell phone stipend of some sort.
So I see this a lot with like NFL players, right?
Yeah.
Like if an NFL player makes the Pro Bowl, or they complete 1,000-yard passing season or 1,000-yard rushing season, they get an extra $70,000 on it onto their contract.
Make the playoffs or something. Yeah.
Make the playoffs or whatever. Like those are incentives. Like, hey, you completed that action. Now you get this extra money. Now, NFL, 9 times out of 10, that's monetary. We get that. You can't really give an NFL player a plaque and say, good job. But, like the NBA, they do their
like defensive player of the year.
Or a conference player of the month or conference player of the week or whatever. They get a little plaque. That's a reward. Like, hey, you were the best this week or you were the best this month. All right, great. But like, hey, if you make all defensive team, all NBA team, all whatever, you can get this incentive. Like, all right, cool. That gives you an incentive to try a little bit harder, make those teams do a little bit better, try, put a little bit more effort in. Those are incentives.
Yeah, that gives me an incentive to play better.
Yeah, exactly. Incentives. So let's get into some really, before we go into any too much more detail. I want to go through the negatives.
Yeah, negatives. I think we should talk about first the negative, because majority of the time when people talk about incentives and rewards, awards, whatever, when they talk about rewarding someone or whatever, it's normally positive. It's always positive focus, energy or whatever. But it overlooks the negative aspect of it, and that's why I want people to understand that there's a negative aspect to it. So, without further, we will mention incentives.
The negatives.
Yes.
So, incentives can be sweeping performance issues under the carpet. To do a good job, managers need to understand the reasons behind good or bad performance at work. Are workers trained poorly? Can they collaborate efficiently? Are they burned out? Each one of these problems calls for a different remedy. Relying on incentives to temporarily boost productivity masks the underlying problem of the department or the company and prevents managers from taking meaningful actions to solve them. Ultimately, pay for performance takes away the manager's ability to manage properly. Now, this would be something like, if the sales department meets their quarterly goal, everyone gets a $1,000 bonus at the end of the quarter, right? So, if it's a sales team of 4 people and 2 motherfuckers are carrying the other 2 motherfuckers, then you're just basically sweeping those other 2 motherfuckers kind of under the rug, and they may or may not contribute, and you don't know, if you're not a wise manager and not an engaged manager or leader, you're not going to know that shit. You're just going to see you make your sales goal, everybody gets $1,000, and those other 2 good salespeople they're going to be disgruntled as fuck, and you're going to go, what the hell is the problem? You guys just got a $1,000 bonus. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're making like 3 times the sales as the other 2 dum-dums, and you're like, I didn't know you guys met your sales goals, so I thought everything was dandy. You gotta be engaged.
Well, maybe they were trained very poorly from the beginning, and April was a good month for them.
Right.
Just so happened that people willingly threw money at the company for no reason, just because that's what the people wanted, and it makes those the sales agent or whoever look like they're fucking beast mode. When in all actuality, it just so happened that 20 people wanted to buy that widget that month, as opposed to they actually are selling how they're supposed to.
Right. Or, government stipends come out, right? We've seen this COVID money, these economy boosts, stuff like that. They're trying to stimulate the economy, and I get it. But if you, get a small business loan that you don't have to fucking pay back, a grant basically, well, cool, I'm going to go buy whatever the fuck that I need. Whether or not I can afford it, and you're going to go put some money down, and it just so happens to coincide with getting that government loan or the grant or whatever. And it's not that that person's a good salesperson, it's that they're selling a service that people need or companies need, and the government gave them money, so they're going to come to you. It's not the salesperson going out and actually getting sales for your company. All right, so the other negative is pay rewards can turn into punishment. So most managers understand that the coercion or fear generate defiance, destroy motivation, and increase defensiveness within their employees. However, Frederick Herzberg, got to say his name correctly, I don't want to be diced out here, one of the most influential psychologists, illustrated this. He quoted, "A kick in the pants may produce a movement, but never motivation." Unfortunately, Herzberg's observation is equally true for punishments and rewards. Do this and you'll get that. Carrot, stick. Or do this and this will happen to you, right? Relies on the same psychological mechanism. Bonuses are highly desirable, but because they reward certain behaviors through external control, people often perceive them as a threat to their autonomy. Not receiving a reward, whether this reward is withdrawn deliberately or simply not given, but someone hoped to get it, as an effect, which is identical to a punishment. I see this shit with my 6-year-old all the damn time. Because I tell him, you have to earn everything you get in life. But I'm trying to instill this at a young age. So when I take a toy away, you have to earn that toy back by good behavior at school. Right?
Or you're trying to do the positive reinforcement part.
Right. So I'm trying to like, hey, you do good, I'm going to give you good things, blah, blah, blah. And it's not, I've had his fucking toy for like 3 months now. He's like, I really want it back. I'm like, well, then I need you to do this. He's like, I'll get to it.
My kid, when she was young like that, I would do the toy thing. I had all her toys in the trash bag. Like, you're not going to pick up your toys. I'm going to pick them up.
Yeah.
That like, little motherfucker, she was playing with pieces of paper. Like,
that's exactly what my kid's doing. He's like, look, I got drumsticks, Dad. I'm like, where'd you get drumsticks? It's like 2 fucking pieces of cardboard. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why do I buy you shit then?
Right. So I was like, that's like a 6-year-old equivalent of fuck you.
And I'm like, do you want these? And he's like, yeah. I go, well, I'm going to donate them if you don't get them back within this like time frame, because I'm tired of keeping them. He's like, don't donate them. I'm like, well, if you don't want them and you're not earning them back, then I'm going to donate them. He's like, well, I'll be really sad. I'm like, that's the kind of the point, dude.
I love them. I absolutely love them.
Holy shit. Oh, my God. Bless, man.
Well, as getting back into our topic, as a verse to it, like, if you was to get the reward for being good at something, and I think I'm just as good as you, if not better, but you get the reward, I'm gonna look at it as a punishment to me, because why didn't I fucking get it? You sold 6, I sold 6.5. Why did you get it?
Right.
Why am I being punished for doing good?
Promotions are a big thing. Like, you sit there and go, like, I'm better than that motherfucker. But that motherfucker got a promotion over me, you lose all your motivation. Now you're taking that not getting promoted as a punishment.
Yeah.
What the fuck now you become disgruntled.
Yes.
Now you lose motivation.
Yeah.
Now you're sitting there and you're producing, instead of producing the quota of 12 widgets, you're producing like 8.5. You're like, why the fuck does it matter?
Yeah.
That dude never produced more than 9, so and he got promoted, so obviously that's the fucking answer.
I might as well stay at my mediocrity level.
Yeah, fuck this. I'm over it.
Unfortunately, Austin, that's not the type of people we are. It sucks. But yes, that's a lot of times rewards can also turn itself into a punishment just for that reason. I've seen it with cash rewards for doing a great job and stuff like that. Motherfucker didn't do it. He took all my credit.
Yeah. Well, I get that shit at work all the time. Like, the boss comes, like, I send my shit to my boss. My boss emails it to the big boss. the big boss comes down and talks to my boss. He's like, hey, great job on that. Bitch, I did all the work. He literally sent up what I sent him. He's like, this was great. I don't know how you came up with it, but it was perfect. It's spot on. Exactly what I was looking for. Like, give me the credit. Here's the chance to pass it on, asshole. Nope. All right, well, I guess I'll go fuck myself.
It can also be a culture of unfriendly competition. The easiest and fastest way to destroy a collaboration or teamwork, as Austin was talking about, is to force people to compete for rewards and recognition, to rank them against each other. For each person who wins, there are several people who have that feeling that, you know what, I lost. If you start to look at your teammates as obstacles instead of achieving a bonus or recognition, you are less likely to cooperate and much more likely to engage in personal conflicts. And that's exactly pretty much what we was describing.
You know what's fucking funny?
Besides you?
Your face. I was literally these reality competition shows, right? Me and my wife's guilty pleasure is Ink Masters. We love watching the tattoos. We don't, whatever. We just like seeing the artwork and the tattoos.
I don't know how anyone could disgrace their body, their temple with ink like that.
Yeah, I have no idea. Anyway, because only one person can fucking win that competition and get the cash prize and the title and all this other stuff. Those motherfuckers are underhanded and ruthless about it. They're forming all these alliances to help everybody out. And it's like this 5-person alliance. And I'm like, I don't know why they're forming a 5-person alliance. Literally 3 people could go to the finale.
Yeah.
And only one of those motherfuckers is going to win.
Yeah.
So that means in your alliance, you're already automatically kicking 2 motherfuckers out of there. Period. Dot. Like, you already set yourself up for personal conflict.
Where I'm at on this pecking order of the 5 people.
Yeah, exactly. Then you start ranking yourself, and it's just funny. So it's unfriendly competition because everybody fucking starts blah 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 and yelling at each one of each other, and it's hilarious to me. And I'm like, yes, Dan, he's Dan.
Throw him under the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you did with me. My co-host is a band person. He will like this band.
I was just gonna let you toot your own horn there for a minute, so because I knew it was coming. Yeah.
Anywho, but there are advantages to rewards and incentives. It's all not negative, and I would caution. Most of the negatives can be counteracted with an engaged and present leader.
Correct. Absolutely.
If you are there, right, you can take out the culture of unfriendly competition. You can take out the pay rewards to turn into punishments because you're going to reward the right people and you're going to make sure everybody who the fuck's doing everything. And you're going to make sure that if incentives are procured, that maybe the only 2 salespeople that actually made the fucking goal, maybe they get $2,000 at the end of the quarter, and the other schmucks who didn't contribute shit get dick all.
Yeah.
So just be aware that those can be counteracted by a present, engaged, and empathetic leader.
All right. So with incentives and rewards, there's a very strong chance of increased productivity. Rewards and incentives help increase productivity in the workplace as every employee works harder to meet their goal and secure a reward. Sometimes the reward that's largely motivating, but most of the time is the recognition that comes with and inspires the employees to push themselves just a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe it's that title like, hey, I'm a Pro Bowler, I'm a 3-time Pro Bowler, or I'm a 4-time NBA All-Star, or I'm a Defensive Player of the Year, or I'm, 5-time Employee of the Month winner, and, whatever. Great, I got a cash reward, but I really like that title, and I like getting to stand up in front of all my employees. My boss has to shake my hand because he's a douche nozzle, and he has to shake my hand and tell me how good I am.
I like the parking spot.
Yeah. Hey, you want to sit there and say something about the park spot? It's hilarious because, you know, if you're in a busy office and you get a park spot right next to the motherfucking door, you're like, yeah, bitches, I don't gotta walk as far. I always have a park spot in this bitch.
What? Oh, is it raining? I don't care.
My 5-foot walk to the door will be just fine. It can also produce loyal employees. It's very important that employees feel that their leadership team recognizes the work that they do and values them. Although employees can be happy receiving recognition without reward, a motivating and thoughtful reward lets the employee know that they've made a difference for their team and the organization. Staff members who feel appreciated and know their hard work is not in vain usually become loyal to the company and even recommend open positions to their contacts, whether it be friends, family, or whoever else. These are the guys that are like, my boss actually cares about me. They know who the fuck I am. They actually value what I do for this company.
Yeah, I read somewhere where employees do not quit companies, they quit leaders.
They quit bad bosses.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree. Because, I'll be honest, if I got a reward, and I'm a cigar guy, I'm a whiskey guy, and my boss came up to me and he was like, hey, Austin, you've been kicking ass around here. Here's a 5-pack of cigars and a bottle of scotch or whiskey. I'd be like, holy, you fucking know me.
Yeah.
All right, badass, boss. Like, hell yeah, you got me. But if they come up and they're like, hey, here's 2 tickets to the ballet, I'm going to be like, do you fucking know who the hell I am? Like, I don't give a shit about the ballet.
But here you go, Dice. Here's 2 tickets to the ballet. Take your kid.
Yep. Bye. I don't care. I don't give 2 shits about this fucking reward.
But, I mean, a simple, like, attaboy or pat on the back, just be like, you know what, Austin, it's Friday. I just want you to know I recognize what you did this week. You did good. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, boss. It's even better if it goes, hey, it's Friday. I appreciate the hard work you've done this week. Why don't you cut out at lunch and go take the missus, or go relax at the house for a little bit without the missus and the kid, and go enjoy a drink of scotch and a cigar on a Friday afternoon on me. Done. Got it, sir. I am there. Thank you so much.
It can also create a culture of friendly competition. You can develop friendly. You can develop incentive programs that are team-based or individual. It's a way to introduce some friendly competition in the group. A strong team will love being able to challenge each other while having the ability to receive rewards for their efforts. Competition is motivating, and leaders may notice the hard work their team puts in to come out on top.
Even this is something where I think the lesser the reward, the better. If you want a friendly competition, don't make it $1,000 prize, right? Make it, I'll buy you lunch on Friday, right? That's not that big of a deal, but it's something like, oh, hell yeah, I don't have to bring in lunch on Friday. Heck yeah, I'm good with that. It's like, hey, you guys have been kicking ass all week. Let's see who's done the best. Oh, Timmy did the best this week. So this week, Timmy, I'm going to buy you lunch. Where you want to go? I got you. Oh, you want to go to the hibachi restaurant? Done. Let's go to the hibachi restaurant and buy you lunch. We'll have a couple beers. It'll be a great time.
Yay.
Next week,
come by.
Next week, Janet might win it. Who fucking knows?
Janet fucking sucks. Okay. Accountability. More accountability. With team-based rewards and incentives where a whole team has to reach a certain goal or complete specific actions to get the reward, you can introduce a heightened sense of accountability. I mean, this is where teammates are going to hold each other accountable so they can succeed together, and individuals will hold themselves accountable because they don't want to let the team down. Accountability in the workplace typically equates to fewer errors, which is a major benefit for the business, for the team, and just overall for you.
Yeah. Well, this is one of those ones where it's like the team goes, all right, guys, if we do better than Team B this week, then I'll buy everybody pizza, or we're going to have a beer. Like, I'll buy a couple kegs, and we'll have beer on Friday afternoon, and we'll sit there and laugh at Team B and C because they suck dick. I don't, whatever. But you guys got to do this thing. I've seen this where, the office had 0 errors in this quarter, and they said, hey, if you guys get 0 errors throughout the year, I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna give you guys 3 days off. The whole company, 0 errors, 3 days off for the whole company. But bet, and it's gonna be right. By the way, it's gonna be between Christmas and New Year's, so you guys will basically get those from Christmas to New Year's off. You better believe everybody was being like, "Are you doing all right? You good? You need anything? You good? Hey, watch that. Hey, do this. Boom, boom, boom." And I was like, "Holy shit!"
Hey, Austin, could you double check this for me real quick?
Yeah, and we were producing more. Everybody was accountable. The bosses were engaged because they wanted the 3 days off. So I got it, 100%. Boosted morale is another thing. If you get recognized and receive a reward or incentive that resonates with the staff or the individual employee, that boosts morale. With the right culture in place, teammates should encourage each other to do well so they can celebrate everybody's accomplishments. Employees feel the support of their coworkers and their leaders, which helps to boost team morale as everyone works towards the same goal of helping the business succeed.
No, I can 100% talk on this one personally, because I know that I was over a few teams that worked, and come on, to get an attaboy from me during the time frame, as well as I know, attaboys wasn't given out to me. You did your job. That's what the fuck you were supposed to do. But I know there's team leads that would be like, "Hey guys, we did a good job this week." And then if I come back later that afternoon and be like, "Hey, Austin, you did a really great job this week. Your team busted ass. I'm proud of everyone on this team." I mean, you already say it, but it's your team. So yeah, it's kind of like, Dad has to say good things. But then I come in and I say it. It's like, whoa, Dice never says good job. What the fuck? I guess we did do good this week.
Yeah.
And I'm very confident morale was fucking boosted when that happened.
Oh yeah, very, very much so. And the key to that was it was not given out very often. So if it was given out, you knew it was a good job. All right. Next is increased employee motivation. When employees know that they have something to work towards, that in the end they'll receive a reward or incentive that they can enjoy, it's a huge motivator. Most people are inherently competitive in that they want to stand out from their competitors and their peers. So leadership considers them for promotions, raises, and possibly gives them more responsibility. It's the same when receiving rewards. Employees become motivated to do well when they can experience the reward, but it also motivates them to make their leaders and team proud. Now, I will caution this, and I'll caveat this and say, don't give more responsibility without giving them more fucking money. People don't want more responsibility without the pay to go with it, jackasses.
As a leader, don't make promises that you can't keep.
Fact. I'm going to give everybody $1,000 if we meet our sales goal. Everyone meets their sales goal. Did I say 1,000? I meant 100.
Here's 1,000 for you to split. You motherfucker.
Yeah. I said everybody 1,000. Everyone gets 1,000. That's the split. That's not what you said, and you fucking know it.
I do remember younger me, a good motivation was, if we get this done, we don't have to work the weekend.
Yeah.
All right, that's motivation enough for me. I like my weekend.
I like my weekend.
It also can improve collaboration. If a leader creates a reward and incentive for don't you? Oh my God! Don't do it. Your white is showing. There he is. We don't have the money to pay for that sample, sir. So, if a leader creates a reward incentive for the entire team as they work together on a project, splits the group up into multiple teams to tackle different facets of the task at hand. Teammates should improve their collaboration efforts. Staff members are working together on a common goal, just like a basketball team or something, which each one has a responsibility to do their part and complete the project. It requires that team to celebrate each other's strengths, brainstorm together to figure out problems, and work through differences of opinions to move forward.
You know, it's NBA team, any pro sports team, really. Hey, if you guys work together, you could win the NBA championship or the Super Bowl or, you know, whatever, fucking the Stanley Cup or, you know, MLB championship game. I'm literally trying to think what it's called, but I can't. I'm an MLB guy. Yeah, but, you know, everyone, hey, if you guys get all this stuff done and work together, you guys can earn this. Well, you're going to pick up the slack for somebody who may have had a sick kid that day. You're going to pick up that slack willingly, and you're not going to bitch about it. You know, at the end of the day, all of you are going to share in this reward, this incentive, whatever the case is. And just some examples of rewards and incentives, you know, keep in mind that the best rewards and incentives are those that appeal to the employee's interests. But really, any reward can make an impact. But here's some examples. Cash is always a motivator. Cold hard cash. Cash is king. Dave Ramsey, thanks so much for that.
I know cash. That reminds me of an actual like team that I've seen motivated by a cash reward. I think there was like maybe 4 or 5 people on the team, and whoever sold the most widgets, they would get, I think it was $200 cash. Cold hard cash, right? So I'm paying attention to the team, and individually they were making the sales. But 2 people in particular, there was more than 2, but 2 people in particular, like if Jennifer made the sale, Jennifer would give it to Sally. Then if Sally made the sale, Sally would keep it, and if Tiffany made the sale, she would give it to Sally as well. So now Sally looks like she made 4 or 5 sales or selling of the widgets or whatever, when on all actuality it was the whole team. So what happened was Sally got the prize, the reward of $200 whatever, and what she did with that was bought the whole team lunch. Not just the inside team, the outside team. She bought everybody lunch.
Well, there you go. That's collaboration right there.
But that was an individual incentive that turned into a team incentive. Actually, it turned into the whole fucking group incentive. But not everyone knew that. Just a few people knew that. I knew it. I was paying attention.
Well, see, you're an engaged leader, sir.
I try.
Branded items, coffee mugs, water bottles, t-shirts, backpacks, hats, notepads, you know, something like that. If it's something small, great. You know, don't use that for sales of a quarter or something like that. Nobody wants it. They're just gonna chuck it, especially if they've won it a bunch of times. They're gonna chuck it into a closet, or they're gonna give it to somebody else and go, I don't give a shit about this.
When I saw branded items, it made me think of like, hey, Austin, you've been with the company for 10 years now. Here is your company name, Movado watch.
Okay. Got it. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, but your incentive was being with the company for 10 years. You get a fucking Movado watch valued at $600.
Yeah. Well, it's like the gold watch.
Yeah.
Right? In 20 years, they were retiring, and everyone got a gold watch.
I got the watch.
Great. Hey, I got the watch. It's cool. It means the company cares. That's something kind of cool. But if you're just giving away backpacks and coolers and t-shirts and stuff, like, no one gives a shit. Like, those are cool for, like, hey, you won the company volleyball game at the company picnic. Here's some t-shirts or some hats or something. All right, cool. But hey, you got sales in the quarter. Don't give out fucking t-shirts and mugs. Like, now if it's a Yeti, something Yeti, and it's branded, okay, sure, got it. That's kind of cool. But yeah, it is whatever.
Give me a mug with a $50 Starbucks card in it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, hey, I'm good with that. Catered lunch. not fucking pizza party, jackasses.
Cater lunch. Hey, I'm getting smoked barbecue in today.
Hey, you guys been working hard all week or all month? Let me order in for some subs or some barbecue or some, I don't know, fucking Italian food or something from wherever you guys want. I'll bring it in. We'll have a great lunch, and we've been kicking ass all week or whatever, or month, and just say thanks. That's something nice. Paid time off. Everybody loves their time back. And nobody wants to be at work. So if you say, here's take half a day Friday, or you know what? You've been kicking ass for 2 weeks. Why don't you take Friday off? Take next Friday off. Just go enjoy the day. It's covered. You will get paid for it. Just take Friday. We don't need you. Thanks so much for all your hard work. Nobody's going to sit there and be like, no, boss, I really want to come into work on that day. Like, you mean I don't have to wake up? I don't have to shave? I don't have to drive in my car with my coffee mug? I could sit on my patio and cook breakfast and smoke a cigar and drink some whiskey? Hell, motherfucking yes.
I'm down. I'm 100% down. It could
be just like a day off. Like, hey, take this day off whenever you want.
It can move to something like maybe something a little more touching, like maybe a charitable giving. Like maybe your company already gives, I don't know, $200 to the boys club, and there's an extra $50 in your name or something like that. I mean, it's not you don't have the cash in hand, but it's that feel good moment that you're kind of making a difference with your company anyway. I'm not sure the direction that your company is already going, but I mean that could be an incentive for some people.
Yeah, hey, that's something cool. I mean, you see, I like to say professional athletes, movie stars, stuff like that. They'll compete on, I don't know, Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune, and like, all right, who are you playing for?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm playing for the Diabetes Association of America. All right, badass.
Yeah.
Or Cancer Association of America, or what, Boys and Girls Club, or whoever. And they're like, that's really cool. You don't need the winnings. You already have enough money, but you get to feel good that you're giving $10,000 in your name to that company. Like, all right, cool.
It can be something as simple as being featured in something presented to the whole company. Like if your company has a newsletter, maybe there's a billboard splash or something, having your picture on the wall of fame or something like that. I mean, something simple as that. Yeah.
Right? Hey, you get a parking spot for a month and you get your plaque up on the wall with your picture on it. Hey, badass. I got a parking spot and I got a little plaque. People know who the fuck I am. Cool. Concert tickets. If that employee values concert tickets, I think that's cool.
Get the company skybox for the weekend or something like that.
My dad works for a bank, right? And that bank pays for floor seat tickets for Thunder games. Woo! And so every once in a while, he'll earn floor seat tickets to Thunder games. And he's like, he loves the Thunder. So they're like, hey, you want the company tickets for this weekend? And he's like, hell yes, I do. Even if he can't go, he'll give them to one of his kids. But he's like, yeah, I want them because that's an awesome experience. You get to go in the buffet, you get free drinks, you get this, you get that. Hell yeah, I want that sort of stuff. Something like that would be really nice. Now, if your employee doesn't give a shit about sports or they don't care that you got them a country music ticket, like to see the country music star, maybe not the best thing to give that employee. Skill sharing provides the opportunity for team members to learn from others and grow professionally. Provide them with time to take webinars or attend lunch and learn sessions. Hey, you want to go? Hey, you've been kicking ass so much. I want you to go to this 4-day seminar in Miami, Florida, and go to this webinar or this seminar to sit there and learn about this new thing. You know that seminar is going to be like at most 6 hours a day, and the other, however many hours, they're going to spend on a beach in Miami, Florida, and they get to go eat and drink all the eat the Cuban sandwiches, drink all the rum, whatever they want to do. And that's kind of cool for that employee. They're like, hell yeah, I get a paid vacation. Yes, please. Lunch with an executive or lunch with a leader. Employees usually have opinions on how to make the workplace a better one, so they may appreciate the opportunity to speak with a stakeholder or boss about how to improve a process or procedure. This also gives the executive a chance to share the company news and get to know more about the employee's accomplishments. Hey, boss, I really wanted to talk to you one-on-one because I think this process could be better, and I brought it up to my boss, and I think this could really, increase our production 19%. And like, that boss could be like, yeah, that's a great idea. You know what? I'm going to take this to the board. I really want to see this implemented. Boom, you just had a direct line with the boss, and hey, maybe you'll, end up getting a promotion out of this, or whoever knows.
I like that one because it's also like a two-way street. Me being like a boss or a leader or whatever, it'd be great to sit down with someone I usually wouldn't talk to. If I go on the floor, I'm usually not going to talk to, Janitor John,
Right.
But now I get a chance to talk to Janitor John, and Janitor John gets a chance to talk with me. Maybe we'll go to a lounge or something and have a cigar or something together. It's great. I call it rubbing elbows with the boss. So, I mean, that's a nice incentive. Another small incentive could be like during your weekly meetings or whatever, you just bring donuts and coffee. I mean, it's an special incentive. Like, usually I don't attend these, but I'm attending this one because your group is so great. I'm going to surprise everyone with Starbucks and Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, or hey, guys, I brought in a bunch of bagels from Einstein Brothers Bagel Company with a box of coffee, or some Dunkin' Donuts with a box of coffee. And that, especially on a Friday, man, I got this guy at work. I don't know why he does it. Don't know why he does it. He gets thanked, but he gets no money out of it. This dude buys a box of donuts and shares them with the entire office every Friday. And I look forward to it every Friday when this dude comes in and just shares a box of donuts. And it's a peer. He's a peer of mine. And I'm like, dude, you want money for some of this stuff? Like, I'll pay you like $5, $10, $20 or something just to buy a box of donuts next week. And he's like, no, I got it. He goes, we all kick ass. Why not share it? He goes, I enjoy giving to my fellow people. And I'm like, that's fucking badass.
Yeah. I had a boss that did that. I think he did it every Thursday, and he wasn't going to be there one of the Thursdays. And that Wednesday, he came to me and was like, hey, Dice, you mind picking up donuts for this Thursday because I'm not going to be here? You know how much of an honor it was for me just to bring them fucking donuts in?
Yeah.
I was like,
I got the donuts.
Yeah, I got you. Man, he wasn't going to be here today, but yeah, we still get the donuts. I'm like, well, I paid for them, but I'm like, hey, guys, I happy to do it.
Right, yeah. It's my honor, my pleasure to give to you guys who work so hard, and we all know we all work hard, so why not share? I think that's badass. That's a cool one to be, if it's done right. And the last one is gift cards. We talked about Starbucks gift cards. One reward could be a selection of gift cards to the team's favorite places. You can have gift cards for restaurants, online shopping sites, a spa, or any other place that appeals to most everybody. Man, if you come in with, hey guys, I got spa gift cards, Starbucks gift cards to Five Guys, and Popeyes, and this, that, and the other. You guys take your pick. You know how many dudes would be like, hey, I'll take a spa gift card for my wife. Thank you very much. Now I got something for Mother's Day or her birthday or anniversary. Hey, babe, I got you the spa gift card. Like, oh, thank you so much.
There's definitely so many different rewards and stuff out there. It doesn't take much. As you can see, it could be simple as a pat on the back. It could be as cheap and whatever as like a gift card, a swag from the company, and it could be something as extravagant as a concert ticket or a very large monetary item. As simple as just buying lunch. The point is you're paying attention to your team, you're paying attention to your staff, and you want to have that positive reinforcement. Yeah. That's all really it is. Motivation for positive reinforcements for everyone to continue to do a good job and motivate them to hopefully do better. Just like the impact of the final third of your cigar.
Ooh, I knew you were going to go there. I knew it. I was like, this dude's about to pull an Austin Segway special.
I learned from Best in the making.
Hey, there you go. I'm getting that spice. That spice has come back. But there's still that sweetness on the back end. But it's like a spicy, earthy. It's gotten a lot, I would say a lot spicier than the first third. The second third kind of mellowed out and there was very much more sweetness for me. And then this spice kind of came on the back end the last third, and it's kind of become a little bit more pronounced. And it's like, oh, okay, this has got, and I don't want to say it's like a black pepper spice. It's like an allspice or
Saffron?
maybe baking spices, maybe saffron.
For me, that's what it's kind of like that saffron spice. I could be a little off on that. And the chicory, I can really, now that you said it, I can really get that chicory. It's like really not on the tip of my tongue, but right in the middle part,
right, yeah,
towards the front.
Yeah.
Overall, I mean, I don't want to just say it because it seemed like I'm just saying it, but overall, I think this was a really good cigar. I mean, the band was great. The cigar it burned amazingly. I didn't touch up any.
No. Well, with that being said, it's time for 5-pack, single, or box worthy.
It's time to answer the question. Is a cigar box worthy? 5-pack or just one or two?
I will 100% in confidence say this is a box worthy cigar for me. The spice wasn't overpowering, but it was there. I know it was there. It wasn't over peppered or anything. It paired well with my well-traveled Hennessy that I'm drinking. It's a box worthy cigar for me.
Yeah. So the spice I'm tasting that chicory. I'm tasting that saffron. The earthy tone there. I can completely understand why they say it's the best boutique cigar in the making. Absolutely, 100%. Again, I wish it had a name, because if I walked in somewhere and I said I want OM Cigars number 5, and they kind of look at me, I'm gonna have to go just show me your OM Cigars, and I want the one with the copper band. I wish it did have a name. Oz, if you're listening, Didi, if you're listening, Didi was right. Name your cigar. I would have to say this is 100% a box-worthy cigar.
Yeah.
In fact, it's early in the running, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to put this as a strong contender for Cigar of the Year.
Cigar of the Year, I don't know if it fits that category because it's not limited. By all means, it's not a limited edition, but it's not widely accessible. You can order it from his website. And there's a few places in California. Does that still fit our Cigar of the Year category?
Well, it's not limited edition.
It's not limited edition, so it fits that box.
It together.
Fits that box. And I think that's the only boxes we have, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can order this. I mean, you said you can order this off the website.
You 100% can. And there's a few places in Cali that sells it.
I don't want to take it away because he hasn't expanded his distribution network. But if we decide that maybe it's not, but I would say it's an honorable mention in Cigar of the Year.
It's 100. It's 100. All right, I'll go ahead and say now. It will be in the running for it. By all means, it was a wonderful, wonderful smoke.
Yeah, this is great. This is a great cigar. Thoroughly enjoyed this cigar. This is nice, spicy, but it's not, the spice isn't overpowering. It's not like not a pepper bomb.
It's a welcoming spice, if I had to call it. A warming, welcoming spice. I have to say, Didi was on point. She said this is hands down her favorite.
Didi, we got the same palate. Good job. Can you pick out the rest of my cigars?
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. All right. So we had 2 great interviews, Didi and Mike S.
Can you pronounce it?
Shipping Kevich.
I was just asking for the brand name, sir.
Oh, Pastania.
Pastania.
Shepinkevich Pastania. Man, Mike S was a good guy. I mean, when we did it, I was like, you know what? I heard you say your name. I'm just Mike S. He was like, that's good.
All right, this has been a great episode of Leadership Belief. Great interview, great leadership topic, as always. It's always been a pleasure, Dice. Until next time, my name's Austin.
And I'm going to stay Dice.
And great leaders smoke great cigars.
Facts.
Thank you for listening to Leadership of the Leaf. The comments and opinions expressed by the host and guests does not reflect the opinions of those that broadcast this show, nor does it reflect any of our affiliates.